There we go. Abraca what's it and all of that shit. I am the wizard Fossil. Oh, hey, cool.
Pull over to stare at the sunset. I just close my eyes and I breathe deeply on the ocean side. It feels like
Okay, are things working now? Because my chat wasn't updating there for a little bit. I should ask, can anyone hear me? Oh, okay, lovely. Just the song? Honestly. Oh, good. Good. I have never used OBS before, so this is entirely new to me. I don't know how loud it is, don't know how the noise is in the background. I don't even know how loud the music is in comparison to me. And also, I cannot use the live studio thing. It doesn't work. I have no idea why. I just assume the website is being the website, and it is Borko. Ah, good. It should sound balanced. I'm using a mono mic. I mean, it's a Rode mic, branded, but it's mono. Oh, good. I was hoping I had it throttled just enough. So it's not going to be a terribly long stream, but while about 3 of you are here, because I'm counted as one of the ones watching, how are you all doing tonight? Really hoping for an ultra-low latency. Oh well. Yeah, I know the feeling about being tired. Oh, good lord. I just moved over to a new setup. Changed out my case, my motherboard, my RAM, my processor. Re-hooked everything up, and I gotta say, Roswell are liars. That is not a full-size case. That's a mid-size. That's as tall as a full-size. Those are lying buggers. My knuckles are legitimately torn up from having to fit things in there. Because I use big boy parts. Like, a 1 kilowatt power supply. That's 80 plus platinum certified. Because honestly, I mean, if you want efficiency, go for a higher rating and a higher wattage. That way it's not always working at maximum capacity. Maverick is a really interesting artist, by the way. Monotone as hell, but wonderful music.
Late night, the old arcade. We were kids back then. Summer was just getting to an end.
My apologies, by the way, if the vape comes through a bit strong. Daddy needs his nicotine, you see. And a fizzy water. Literally just fizzy flavored water. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I miss cherry limeades. Oh wait, don't they have like a sugar-free diety version? Oh my god, that would be so good right now. So, fun fact, the Pinball Master track. I found out, you know your device has tons of detail whenever it sounds like it's real life. It is insane. So I'm gonna crank it, and the moment it is too loud, let me know, because there's going to be a delay, and I will crank it back down. Okie dokie? Okie dokie. Contact! That's what I thought. Okay. Sorry about hurting everyone's ear holes. Louder! No, my foobar shall not have transparency. Example. For a specific reason. You see, I use this to delineate specific frequencies. So, the main objective of this particular stream is... honestly, let's shoot the shit. I could do a very short demi-review of sorts, sort of a on-the-spot. I have things that I haven't done yet, and I just received the Advanced Audio GT3 Super Bass, the Tin Hi-Fi T4. I have the Shorzy Form 1.1, the Shower Tapes, the HD600s, and the Corse ESP95X. Those, the Shorzy Neo CP as well. So feel free to ask my opinions about those, or anything else you know that I own. Did I say HD600? I meant HD6XX. Excuse me. Not gonna lie, in this specific moment, I wish I had my third monitor set up so I could just have Discord on the side. Thank you, doggo. I love you too. Just drop my shit everywhere. Okay, T4 versus Blonde. The Blonde BL03 is ultimately relaxing. Hella bass thump. Really great vocals. And in comparison to other things that I have, some other things, very well translated treble. Not very detailed, not like very crisp, clean, and airy, and highly detailed. But you don't have to retract your comment, Nico. You're perfectly fine. I don't mind little... I basically take it as a vote and go. What was I? Not highly detailed. Not like the GT3 or the T4 or the Shorzy Neo CP, or... honestly, nothing beats the Shower Tapes. I wanted to say the Tin Hi-Fi P1, and I am still going to do a final thoughts video. Especially now that the T4 is out. And now that the Shower Tapes are a thing. Honestly, for the type of bass I look for, I'm still going to go between the two specifically, the T4 and the BL03. I'm going to go the BL03. the T4 just comes off extremely high. Honestly, not very sibilant at all, except for songs that are just even semi-sibilant. You might get a bit of shouty and peakiness out of it, but yes, not as exciting. I was expecting a lot more bass and more oomph in the mids, but all I get is more upper mids and very good upper treble detail. Honestly, the middle and upper treble registers are superb, very crisp, very clean, not stellar, but very. The T4 is really good if you're looking for a better sounding T3, from what I understand. Because of the natural, I think the high range is timbre? The way BAs handle treble, they can often sound metallic-y. And honestly, if they're not dampened correctly, or you have just too bright of a cable, and I know that sounds weird, a really cheap silver cable somehow comes off as brighter than my Linsol Loops cable, which is like gold-plated, high-purity, one crystal, copper, or single crystal copper, with pure silver, which I assume is more like a silver alloy. But on my Dunu Hulk, or the stock cable is actually phenomenal. It's a Litz. It is a OCC. I think it's either an HP OCC or a PC OCC. I want to assume a pretty good purity, but it's a Litz cable. It mentions enameled strands of wire, and that is by definition a Litz cable. So yeah, for that cost, you're paying for what is effectively a reasonable quality Litz cable. That is a kind of a thick boy. The sheathing on it feels medical grade, like Tygon tubing, a slight rubbery feel, but really easy on the skin, very little in the way of microphonics. Right now on my HD6XX, and to get to Dave, the GT3 versus GT3 Super Bass. I actually told David this earlier. I may return the Super Basses. Now, I bought them on discount, the legitimate email code discount, for about $110 versus $350. It was like 70% off. And the bass I had described and finally decided on the term was flaccid. The treble was even more rolled, even with the treble filter, meaning it accentuates the highs, was even more rolled than the Baorong BL03, or the Blonde BL03. It surprised me how much of a lack. Now, it was still very fast, and when it did slam, it slammed very well. But it would sound bloaty with my Zendax True Bass feature turned on, whereas the BL03s just sound they get that oomph, that soul. And I don't know what it is. It might just be the makeup of the driver that leads it to not be as clean or as thumpy. Maybe it's because it's a smaller diameter. I honestly don't know. It's not a bad sounding IEM. And I could see a relaxed bass head really enjoying it because it's a very smooth sound. And it doesn't over-exemplify any specific region, even in the low-frequency effect region, which is effectively about 120, 100 hertz and below. Now, some will say, oh, you're talking about sub-bass, Varsal. No. You see, I've worked in home theater and car audio. You set your subwoofers no higher than 120 hertz when you want some real cinematic shit. Or musically. But for a cinema-like experience, you set it closer to 80. Just depending on preference. So, to me, when I say bass, unless I delineate a specific region, I'm talking typically about low frequency effect, the thump, which is about 120 hertz and below. I should probably make a video talking about my specific terminology and how I'm using what I'm using, and I'm understanding that some people I talk to, we clash back and forth about, oh, this has bass, no, this doesn't, yes, it does, no, this doesn't. But I'm talking about home theater and car audio bass, not headphone bass that starts at 200 hertz. That's not a slam region, that's a thump region. Yes, the GT3's bass is absolutely phenomenal, very energetic, and the slam is just so textured, but I'm going to give them a few days because yours were very broken in. Maybe mine just need a good, solid, relatively loud break-in period. I was disappointed. For $50 more, I was expecting a serious amount of bass, and I started them off on the T4 cable because it's a very good silver-plated Litz cable. I mean, really good. And then I switched to the original cable, and I'm guessing it's not as good of a silver, or I don't know, because the bass sounded a bit oomphier. Hello, Turning Flower. The bass sounded a bit thumpier, so I'm going to assume that more than likely it may not have been as pure of a silver, so it's adding a bit more of the properties of copper. And now, I know a lot of people will say, and I had an argument with someone about this, that cables don't make a difference. Speaking in terms of physics, and I have been taught this thanks to, I will still call him Knox. Knox has taught me that capacitance, and I should put that to do not disturb. Oh wow, that's good to know. Dave just said his furais sound very natural on the street. Awesome. But back to what I was saying. Cable capacitance and cable resistance absolutely do make a difference with the dynamics. As far as the material, silver, the type of copper, so on and so forth, predominantly that deals with the capacitance and the impedance, or the resistance, or R value of the cable. Now, when I say this silver cable sounds bright and this copper cable sounds warm, I'm not the only one that thinks that. Now, does everyone hear it? No. And that was part of the argument, is I had basically told him, look, I'm tired of arguing about this. I don't say shit I don't mean. If I hear it, and I'm not going to lie about it. I'm sorry you can't hear it, but I do. And in my reviews, you may or may not agree with me, but I am going to tell you what I hear. And that's exactly what I'm going to say. Now, I understand that some IEMs don't use the highest quality of cables when connecting from the interface terminal to the driver. The part where you plug in your cables. Specifically, that's the interface terminal. That's my delineation for it, the term for it. I don't know if that's the industry term, but it makes sense from my point of view. Now, even though it might be a lower quality wire, I still believe that there's something that changes to the frequency of the electromagnetic wave. The electricity flowing through it, something happens to it. I don't know what, I don't know why. All I know is something is going on. And for all I know, it could be shit on the quantum level. You know, just little things are being pushed around, and it's re-equalizing the signal. And that's what I consider cables to be, is an equalizer, a solid state equalizer. And you know, the blondes actually sound a bit more open on balanced. And I don't mean open as in, oh, it's so much more wide. No, just they're being fed independent power. And so you're removing that inherent ground noise, And something about that just clears things up, unless you just have an insanely clean amp. Like, I don't know if Sherry and Gino are going to watch this, it's particularly late. But Sherry and Gino, if you watch this later, I am going to whore the crap out of your Oracle 2. And I know I was on the fence about sending it in and upgrading to the 2.5 now. After you had mentioned that the 2.5 is a larger size, I would lose my beautiful plates and the baby blue, so no, Oracle 2 stays. But something as clean as the Oracle 2 or a THX amp, phenomenal. I mean, it's like having a balanced connection on single-ended. It's insane. So much so that I'm trading one of my amps that I was hell-bent on keeping for the sake of testing for a pair of headphones. I went off on a tangent again, I'm sorry. But yes, I would say balanced makes a weird, funky difference. Kind of like how tubes can make a weird, funky difference. It might be subtle, it might not be subtle. But going back to the cable thing, and I actually spitballed some ideas with David. The difference in cables for me is like learning to be an audiophile or a critical listener. Take your favorite beverage. Let's go with tea or coffee. And let's say you have the exact same tea from different companies, or the exact same coffee, different companies. Why do you like one versus the other? The flavor, right? Well, what's the subtle differences if you really start to nitpick? Oh, well, this one is a bit darker and nuttier. This one's a bit more floral. This one's a bit more citrus. This one's just a bit more spicy. Those are nuances, notes, essences, flavors, just hints. And that is what I believe cables are doing. They're slightly augmenting things. The same thing a DAC will do, or an amp will do. It slightly changes things. It slightly augments things. It tweaks the notes. It twists the essence. It adds a bit of spice or takes it away and makes things just a bit more sparkly. There's something to the way it handles power. And that is what audiophilia is. It's discovering your favorite flavor with all the little nuances. And that's why those really psychotic audiophiles will spend as much money as they do, because from an analytical standpoint, and I work in a laboratory, an actual laboratory, I sign certificates of analysis that are legally binding to me. I could be pulled into court to testify. The littlest bottleneck, the littlest interference can make a massive difference on the end result of your analysis. And seeing as they're not listening to music so much more that they are analyzing music with their ears, they know what to pick up on. I was given a test by someone to listen to this really high quality track and listen to the same track that's been down converted. And I gotta tell you, I picked out a few things and he didn't think I would hear a difference, but no, there were certain things going on in the treble that I was hearing that I could not account for at all. I don't know.
We were kids back then.
All I know is that something was going on and I could hear it. I tell you what, if I get enough people that actually want to donate, and I will never ask for money, I am actually pretty proud that I have done a lot of this on my own. But the loan I took out for a project that ended up going bust, so I was told by him, thank you, Matt. By the way, this is your shout out. I was going to do something very nice for a young man named Matt, and instead, I didn't think about the potential of it failing. I was just so gung-ho in helping the kid. And in the end result, his Grammy beat me to it. And then the other thing I wanted to do ended up going bust as well, because his mother had said, no, I'm not comfortable with that, and I didn't even think about it. I would have to have his address and whole 9 yards, and okay, so I jumped the gun. He told me instead to treat myself as a thank you from him for wanting to treat him so well. So I upgraded myself. And that's why the stream is so late today, is I built up a computer. I'm on a new Ryzen 9 3900X with 32 gigabytes of G-Skill Trident Z RAM in a new case with my already existing RTX 2080 on a X570 gigabyte Aorus Elite motherboard with a new Samsung 970 EVO NVMe SSD. So needless to say, rendering videos is going to be substantially easier. Which leads me back to the donate thing. If I get enough people badgering me for a donate, I'll give you my PayPal link. And we'll go from there. Turn the music down slightly. Gotcha. So, I'll do that. Now, I've only had one person so far, maybe 2 or 3, saying they want to give me money, and I believe there's better things to do for your money. But if you are hell-bent in supporting me, I will not take away that feel-good of doing something nice. I understand it perfectly. I mean, hell, that's why I extended out my loan as high as I did. It's not a very big loan, but it's a couple grand. Yeah, about a couple grand. Repeat what exactly, Blue? And I'll get to your comment in a moment, David. Am I not coming through when I'm really quiet? Because I might need to change my noise gate. Hello, AP. Welcome. Should not have talked with vape in my throat. Excuse me while I die. Oh god, that sucked. Oh, that sucked. Oh, 45 milligram per mil was like Satan in my throat doing the hopscotch. Oh boy, I'm alive now. And slightly snorty. Blue, about the donations. The long and short of it is, I will not take away people's feel-good of doing something nice. I mean, hell, that's why I'm about $2,000-something into a loan. A little bit over that, but part of that was pre-existing. I understand the act of doing something you feel is nice, and yes, donating to me would honestly be ostensibly nice. The only thing I want out of my channel is for it to become self-sustaining so I can start keeping my earned money. I don't plan on quitting my job. I make too damn much. And not a lot, but I'm far better off than many people in the States, and I thank every lucky star, and I try to give back as much as I can. But if enough people badger me for giving them a way to donate to me on Discord specifically, I'll make you go through a little bit of effort so you're serious. I will drop you my personal link to my paypal.me, which gives you a little bit of information and gives me money. So that is the only way I will start allowing for this, because as far as I know, I do not qualify to earn any money from YouTube. I don't have the minimum watch time, nor do I have the minimum subscriber count, which I believe is about 1,000. So there is that. Okay, so the 4XS versus the HD6XX. 4XX, I think I said SS. The 6 does treble so much better, more airy, more smooth, more transient. Oh, hello, Rudu. I don't know if you can do PayPal on YT. If I'm coming off quiet, let me change my filters. Okay. How was that? Am I a little bit better? Yeah, that does kind of suck. A bit better, okay. Let me pull up my recording. No, that's not gonna work. Shit. Oh god. Microsoft, why did you have to screw with my sound settings? There we go. Test at 60, test at 60. How does that sound? Good, good, good. I like Linux as well. But to be honest, it's not as powerful in the regards of what I do, or how I do. It's catching up, significantly so. But, Ruru, or Ruru, is it? I will assume it's Japanese, but I'll just call you AP on here, because that'll be easier. So, AP, like I said, if enough people badger me, yes. Or if you badger me enough, yes, I will give you my PayPal link. I just want people to work for it so that they know they are sure that this is something they want to do, because once that money is gone, it's gone from them. Unless, you know, it's an emergency and they absolutely need it back, or they tossed me entirely way too much on accident, then by all means, yes, of course, I will take care of that. You know, hammer me on Discord. Let's see. Alright. I'm leery about Patreon. Back to the 6XX. The 6 does treble more airy, more smooth, more open. But that's because it doesn't have as large of a driver surface. The 4XX, so far, on the Archer 2 Pro, Archer 2 Pro, is insane. I finally fell in love, and when Dave kept talking about the detail of it, I was like, yeah, I kind of hear it, kind of. No, I legitimately hear it. You need an extremely clean amp to get everything out of it. If it's not on something like the Archer 2 and above, or a THX amp and above, it, to me, personally, sounds like I put them on the Atom. Put them on the Archer Pro. A little bit, it's alright. Put them on the Liquid Spark. Okay, it's a bit more warm. Hooray! I put them on my iFi Zendak. Hey, now we're having fun. Pop on True Bass. Yeah, now we're having bumping fun. I get my Archer 2 Pro in, and I had a wow moment. That headphone was specifically why on the unboxing, I did a quick little demo of it, using my cell phone. Yes, my cell phone, I just mashed the headphones onto my phone that has stereo microphones, and recorded the audio. And, yeah, I'm floored. I was actually given a trade offer because to me personally, the 4XX sounds like poo-poo-doo-doo garbage on the Atom, but everything I put on the Archer 2 is fantastic. I haven't tried the 6XX on the Atom yet, and I'll have to do that before it leaves my possession later this week. The bass is substantially better, even without True Bass, on the 4. The mids are a bit more airy and transparent. Maybe translucent is the better word on the 6, but they're more full, lively, and fun on the 4. So all in all, Planar maintains its thing. It's very quick, it's very fast, it's very, very fun, very transient. But it doesn't have the etherealistic qualities of the Sennheiser headphones. Just something about it. And neither are as fast, or as transient, or as effortless as the Koss ESP95X. Those are ghostly, ethereal, ephemeral in their sound. Dry, but not barren, not arid, not like a dynamic can be. And that will lead me on a side tangent here in a moment. As far as the selling of old gear, yes, I could do that. And if it's done through donations, and if I ever start up a Patreon, quite possibly. I would personally claim most of YouTube's money, like maybe a half split, just because I am putting in the effort. That half of that is my money. The other half is channel money, which to me is, yes, selfish, but I think fair and well-deserved. I mean, editing sucks. Knowing what I know now, I don't know if I would go back into doing reviews. Oh my god, editing videos sucks so much. But I've learned so much, and it's actually quite entertaining. But god, it is a lot of work. I totally get it now. It really sucks. But as far as the donated type money, or the Patreon type monies, that would go in for gear. I may or may not sell it off. Or I could just, if I don't see it as being useful, what I could do is I could give it away. I think a giveaway might be fun, potentially depending on the cost, maybe highest bidder, I don't know. I'm a bit torn. As far as affiliate links, I honestly don't know if I like the idea of affiliate links. If I get any, what I might do is an affiliate links section. It's like, hey, here are my affiliate links. Know that these are all kickback. And then before them, I would offer some stuff that are not affiliate links. Like, hey, look, I just searched it up. Here it is. I get nothing off of this. And that is what I think would be fair. That way people aren't just buying stuff and giving you something for nothing. I like earning my money. That's why I went through hell with trying to contact Zeos by using Pasta and requesting that she send him information. And eventually she just added me into a call, and I got to shoot the shit with him a little. And yeah, he's a really down-to-earth dude. A lot of dick jokes. For which I reciprocated, of course. Round peg, round hole. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about monetizing the channel. I do want it self-sustaining eventually, but I don't know what to do afterwards. I really don't. I still have time to think about it, to be honest. Outside of direct donations to help me out personally, or to help the channel out, I don't have too many ideas for monetization. That's why I'm not worried about using people's music and having it being copyright claimed, is because I'm not looking to make money off of this. I'm not looking for it to replace my job. If I ever somehow got the level of subscribers Zeos has, by some stroke of luck, I would have to put out videos like he does, and then it no longer becomes a hobby, it no longer becomes passion, it no longer becomes fun. It becomes work. And then I won't be doing any of you justice. The moment I start getting money from it is the moment objective opinions become potentially less empirical and more subjective, if that makes sense. Subjective on what I get out of it versus how I feel about it. Now, YouTube as a permanent job might actually be kind of entertaining, not have to go in through the doldrums of work? Yeah, except I love my line of work. I get to science, day in, day out. I am literally doing chemistry every single day. So, I kind of like my career. And YouTube is entertaining and all, but it does not stroke my science boner in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I spearheaded a project and went to the meeting myself personally to handle the acquisition of a new analytical instrument for our laboratory, to get quotes on its performance, to get quotes on the pricing and the accuracy and the ranges and the customizability for a specific use case. I feel good about my job. I'm proud. Half of the stuff we use in our everyday life are thanks to people like me, processing the things that some of these companies use to either manufacture the goods or to test the goods. Now, let's see. Back in the comments. If I missed anything that you think that you want an answer to, by the way, just repeat it every so often. You know, every couple of minutes. And if I notice it, I will make a quick mention of it and either answer it or get back to it later. But let's see. Did I try to EQ the 95X? Yes. Yes, they do get crazy bass extension. And this is the benefit of an EST headphone versus an EST speaker. They're near field, ultra near field. They're on your ears practically. So you actually hear its ability to travel down to 1 Hz and then up. Honestly, any good EST can have an infinite gamut, relativistically speaking, so long as it doesn't distort enough to tear the film or contact the status. But yes, I have it fed from my Zendac off of the 4.4 balanced out, not the headphone out, but the line out, using RCAs. And oh my god, True Bass, along with Brainwaves XL velours. Yes! Oh god, yes! With the velour, I'm sorry, not velours, microsuades. The microsuades. With microsuede pads. Absolutely delectable. Delicious. Naturally warm, very bolstered. With velours, which are very open, the thump and the slam become more palpable with the True Bass turned on. But for just a naturally warm sound to it, microsuades are a great way to go. So, yes, the Koss 95X, great. Props to the guy I bought it from. Thank you. I'm not going to name drop you because you asked me not to, but I will say thank you for the deal. No, wait. That was the 6XX. Hi-Fi Dreams. Thank you for the ESP95X deal, bro. Solid. Leading into the 95X really quick, and I will get up to a few of the other things I've seen. So, if you as a viewer, right now, have some money, let's just call it 150, it's probably a little bit less than that, maybe 130 US dollars, and you want to know what electrostatic sounds like. Yes, the shower tapes definitely sound like an electrostatic headphone. Better detail because they're in-ear. I mean, there's no distance to travel to your eardrum. No distance. But yes, they sound very alike. Just a substantially better bass thump, because again, no distance to travel. I will say my favorite weird silicones to use them with are my Shazi Neo CP or my Shazi Form 1.1 extra smooshy silicones. And then I just press them so that the exit of the tip is flush with the exit of the nozzle. And there's no hint of sibilance, just shouty. You crank it up too high on something that has just too much natural treble like heavy metal, and yes, it's very shouty, but the detail range is absolutely astounding, and it sounds just like stock COS, or even slightly tweaked COS. ESP95X. So yeah, if you're looking for, like Zio said, the baby stacks. Now, I've not heard stacks, but he said the COS 95X. Especially the updated model, which these are because I have the original purchase order from them, the receipt. They were bought very recently. Yes. Yeah, I could totally see it. Just referencing the two and hearing what Zeos said. And yes, I do still watch Zeos. He may not watch other reviews because he thinks it's weird. I don't. I love having extra opinions, and quite frankly, he entertains me. I could see him being completely correct because they share a crap ton of similarities. So, AP, if you want to get into electrostacks, and you're not sure if you want to drop that kind of money, go for the shower tapes and spend a little extra on, like, tips. Find your perfect tip for them. Easily. Oh my god, easy. Yes. The stock cable is honestly phenomenal. It's not the best cable, but it sounds stupendous. Now, I have heard some issues with driver failure, so if you get it through Linsol, there is a warranty in play. Keep that in mind. But that technology, it's astounding. I need to start hearing some of these TOTLs drop their regular dynamics, go with an electrostatic dynamic driver, the low voltage one, with maybe like a mid-range electrostatic BA and an electrostatic BA super tweeter. I want that full range of ultra low voltage stuff. That would be my TOTL, my top of the line, I think. Just a really big ass EST dynamic driver. Okay, so Nico, me and I agree that it's not quite V, but it's not quite Harman. It's a weird Harman V hybrid amalgamation. It's really weird. Honestly, if you have the money to spare, and you know you can return it if you don't like it, I would say, yeah, it's totally worth a listen. I love them. Not really W-shaped, because there's not a peak in the mids that I'm aware of. It might be a bit U, but it's not... I don't exactly recall the sound of a U or a W. I guess a U might be the GT3 Super Bass. It's got the detail of Harman, but it's got the fun of a V. Maybe that makes... Are we good, by the way? Are things working? Good. Awesome. Okay. God, that looks gross. Alright. So, yes. Get the tapes. Honestly, if you want to experience it, the tapes spank the GT3 Super Bass. The BL03 spank the GT3 Super Bass in bass and treble. Even with the treble filter on, I'm wholly disappointed in them. And that makes me sad. Oh God, please, why? No, hey, we're back. Cool. Damn thing pissed me off. Let's see. Alright, I'm talking with Lillian about my ZSX coming in, because it didn't come in the package it was supposed to come in. So, the SIM cards still haven't shipped. It's waiting for pickup. So if I don't see it in a week, I'm gonna get back with Lillian again and tug on her ear a bit, or send a message to Lin Sol, because I mean, this is the worst time to buy stuff in mass, especially seeing as they just launched the T4, 11/11 was a thing, Black Friday was a thing. It's holiday season. It is the worst time to buy a bunch of shit. Now, someone had asked, Brendan, yes, I would be okay with people sending me stuff for review. However, if you do, right now, I need you to understand, I have a crazy backlog and things to do. A crazy backlog. So, if you need it back now, I can fast track it. But that would totally screw up my schedule. If you don't need it now, I might end up keeping it for a couple of months. Or you can patiently wait for me to be ready for it, and I will mention, okay, I'm ready for people. I don't see myself doing a yard sale anytime soon because I like hoarding a lot of my gear. Okay, so I changed things up a little bit and I maxed out the quality. Oh crap, it's tanking again. Oh, for the love of God! Please just work. Okay. We're going to hope that this works. Because holy crap. I have a connection that should never have a problem. Unless that restart didn't do very well. I might actually have an issue with my distributor. No. Don't, damn it. Hello, Antoine. Intoit? Hello, review man. You are watching a wizard trying to figure out techery. Because streaming sucks. I might just have to use XSplit. I don't want to, but I might have to. Or figure out why my connection keeps tanking. Stay up there, goddammit! Yes, extremely vexing. I have a 600 megabyte download with about a 10 millisecond ping and roughly 20 megabits per second upstream. I should not be ever having. I should be in solid green territory all the time. But I'm not. And it's bugging me. Okay, well, if this cuts out again, we'll drop into the Discord, and I'll shoot the shit with all of you on a voice call. Just in general voice chat. And we'll do that. Because this is getting silly. So, here we go. For those of you that haven't joined already, boom, there you go. There's the Discord join link. I'm sure most of you have joined. But if this cuts out and I see offline one more time, we're switching over to Discord. Because this is bollocks. Okay. I have a few things coming in the mail as well. The VK4 from QKZ? Or QZK? I don't know. The one Hi-Fi Dreams has been going apeshit over. I will refrain from saying better as much as I can when comparing stuff, unless it's objective points like the bass is better in my opinion because here's why. Because better is entirely subjective to the end user. I like how I'm just going to assume it's a French name, so correct me. Antoine. Intoit. You're in T now. Yeah, there we go. No, I don't sound as much of a jackass. In T. I like how you put, you like the ZSX more than the blondes. Well, you see, the T was capped, so I thought it was like French. So, into it. I like how you put that. You said you liked XYZ more so. That I appreciate. When people say something is just objectively better, it bothers me. Better in what way? Because the Blonde 3s and the Showa tapes, one is better than the other for certain things. If you want raw detail, transient speeds, and just relatively balanced across the board, if not a bit biased to the treble, to be absolutely frank, the tapes win. If we're talking like pure relaxation, a bassy Sennheiser-like signature with less airy treble, the Blondes are objectively better. Objectively subjective, really. So, yeah. Now, the more detail is not surprising, as the SX are using balanced armatures. But I dare say, the armatures inside of a KZ are not always top quality. So, what might end up happening is the acoustics could be thrown off. It could be more metallic sounding than you realize. Now, it's not an insult, of course, it's just, if you like that sound, cool, badass, more power to you. But some people might prefer a more warm experience, of which the BL-03 just nothing. Found nothing that sound as warm and cozy. But that's the best part about it, is all of this is entirely subjective, and I can only tell you how I hear things and best describe how I hear things. It came back fast enough that I can't just say, shit, let's go. Let's see, did I miss? Okay, folks. We're switching to Discord. This is getting silly. To Discord, children! Let us chat with our mouth boxes. Or text boxes. Okay, are we good? No, we're not. Okay, really quick before I fully end it. If this manages to hit YouTube, which I'm not sure it will, this is the end of the stream. We have all switched over to Discord because I'm tired of the shenanigans. Thank you, good night, and I'll see those of you that get there. Okay, now bye.